Good afternoon everybody, it's Hugh from Berthon. Today we're having a look at one of the most beautiful, powerful, elegant powerboats ever to grace the waters of the Solent here. Today we're looking at Ohana. She is a 2004 Swordsman 40. She's an Allen v Burnard Fairey Dagger modified offshore patrol boat hull. She's built of GRP, she's got teak decks. She was laid down by the Bridgend boat company to Allen v Burnard designs. Let's go take a look around her. We're in the water up here, top of the handle. This is Ohana. As you can see, stunningly good looking motor yacht. She's got flag blue top sides, ivory superstructure, full teak ring deck going right the way around her. Got central cockpit in there, aft cabin accommodation, forward cabin accommodation. This long slit window here just perforates past the forward bulkhead into the forward cabin. Then all of that is saloon there. Galley is on the far side, so lying to starboard on her. But yeah, she is a real treat for the eyes. And also in terms of performance. So she uses Allen v Bernard's canny knack of building an absolutely phenomenal powerboat. So refined through his years of designing all of the ferry boat range, which are built just down the road down the river at Hamble Point. Such legendary designs such as the Fairey Swordsman, the Huntsman 28, the Huntsman 31, the Huntress 23, all of that good stuff. And various people have modified them since, leading to the Solent Spear. We've obviously got the glass versions, which are the spearfish at 30 feet. But this is Ohana. So she's 40 feet long. She's twin to a pair of KaMeWa waterjets here. So they're Rolls-Royce jet propulsion units hitting, which are linked onto a pair of Cummins 480 horsepower CE diesels. So quite importantly, that is an mechanically governed engine. So not too much electricity on this boat. So if she runs, if she's got pressure, temperatures are good, she's got oil and she's got diesel and air, she's going to run. So just looking back here, we've got quite a long bathing platform laid in teak. There are a pair of removable davits which are off at the moment, which sit on top of here. We've got two fender racks, one either side, fold down bathing ladder, and then we've got a pair of davits here for the small tender that's going with the sail. Horseshoe life ring over there. I've got the lights on because it's a little bit, just a little bit sort of dingy today, sadly. We've got a Plastimo 6-person cruiser life raft just there. Service due May 25, so in date. And then we're just going to have a good look around this boat. So stunning full teak decks, ivory GRP superstructure, flag blue hull. It's called Ohana, which I think is it Hawaiian? You'll put me right if I'm wrong, but I think it's Hawaiian for family. So we got a gold cove line top, got beautifully varnished timber tow rails here. Got a low down tow rail right down there. Blue Swordsman air intakes, port and starboard lights on. These forward windows have an opening pane. This goes into the forward head. This one goes into the galley. So you've got a good amount of air going in there. Got a deck wash underneath here with swan necks for breathers for tanks, which are there. Pump out on deck for the holding tank there. Thank you, Ted. We've got really nice, highly polished bits here. Another set forward, full stainless Swordsman Marine cleats there with stainless steel protection strips and stainless steel protection strip here. Got a thumpy great anchor there, nice galvanised chain going to that powered windlass. Samson post in the middle, a nice stainless steel pulpit going forward. Extra storage in here, we've also got a spare anchor in there. Just looking at the ventilation on board, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 solar ventilators here on the coach roof deck, and then 2 opening hatches fore and aft there. Really nice removable mast here with a nice, really funky bit of detailing there. And then we've got an all-over cover. There's also a tonneau cover that comes with the vessel. Now we'll go and take a look inside. So now we'll head on board. So it's not too much of a step up here, is it, Ted? No, it's not. And we're up here onto these big wide side decks. So really good width here. Water inlet, diesel inlet on the other side as well, air horn, and then we've got more mooring bits here. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of mooring bits each side. Coach roof here in non-slip. Pair of grab rails there. We've got keeps with a boat hook in. As said, there's deck wash underneath here, pump out here. Superb foredeck, completely and utterly flat. Drop down step through on the forward end to that pulpit, and then the chain just lies out on deck here. And then we've got more storage down in that anchor locker with up-down controls here and remote at the helm aft. So really nice Swordsman Marine cleats there. As I said, pair of mooring bits with proper fair leads on them. And this really funky, super sculpted coach reef head in there. Everything on it works. I haven't got the anchor light on at the moment because I forgot to switch it on. Shore power comes in here on the port side of the coach roof. Again, air scoops back here. Nice hood, plenty of protection there. Side gates on each side. And then you've got the rest for canopy section, so when that's aft, just folds down neatly into here. And then we've got to walk around right the way around the back. Another set of aft cleats here. Again, more protection on each corner. That's down onto the bathing platform, ladder down onto there. We've got the main aft window going into the aft cabin. We'll have a look in there in a second. So into the cockpit. We've got overhead lighting, which is set into this radar arch, like that. Radar arch is hinged. This boat has got all the way up in previous ownership up to Oxford, so you can get all the way up the Thames. So it works really well. A previous owner also ran her, transported her down and ran her out of the Balearics. Current owner has just kept her mainly in the Solent, been using her for UK coastal cruising. She is an incredibly efficient and brutally capable hull. So big table here, it's on an adjustable leg. There's some really nice nick. She's got blue cotton canvas seating going around here. And then we've got rock and roll seats here for helm and for navigator. So wider one for helm, slightly less wide for navigator. LED lighting here on deck, and then we've got low level lighting as well. So we'll start and we'll head forward. So big, I think it's a 2-piece screen, yeah, curves right the way around here with a stainless steel rail running right the way around the top. Helm is over to port. As said, she is running on a pair of KaMeWas, so it's the Rolls-Royce waterjet system. It's used in a huge amount of offshore boats, from interceptors to rig supply. It basically means that there is nothing underneath the surface of the water to get caught. You get no problems with pot strike, anything like that, and she will, as long as there is water underneath her keel, she will keep running. So these are ingesting water through grills underneath the boat. They are then spinning them through what is essentially an impeller, a rotator, and flicking it out the back end. So push those forward, we've got plenty of power. The thrust comes out of the back of the engine and goes onto this really small drive shaft that gives loads of power to those jets. So it's a super simple system. You can't get anything caught in it. You can't get anything caught on your rudders. She will obviously be incredibly docile in close quarter handling because she never loses steerage. So unlike a conventional boat which is operating on twin rudders, this in a big sea will never lose grip. And it's exactly the same system as is now used on the Shannon lifeboat by the RNLI. So all of their all-weather boats are moving up in the stations that can take them up to jet drive because it is so darn reliable. Talking through this, we've got a new bidata system here. So it's got, you can dial up whatever you want here, but we've got speed, depth, SOG, and what else? We've got depth on that, sorry, at the moment. Then we've got a nice Axiom screen here. This is engine data coming from the twin Cummins, which we'll have a look at in a second. Then we've got lights, horn, alarms. We've got a really smart system on this. I think I can show you, it's just about here. You can start this boat by remote control. So she has on-deck startup if you want to use that. This is to do with engine management here. We've got want to start, engine start, engine maintenance, check engine, and stop engine buttons here. So that's what these relate to. We've got a nice new Raymarine, I think it's a 60, but it could be a 90 there. We've got windlass controls down there remotely, VHF here, and then we've got a remote keypad for the Axiom setup and a new nice P70R autopilot head, so very exciting. Race throttles on here, so race Morse controls, so really super simple system, dead easy to use, and a nice set of doors here just to close off that forward cabin. And when a quick look around, got exactly the same at the aft end into that aft cabin. So that is your cockpit. A really nice teak floor here. It's in sections, so this is all on a big hinge. I'll flick that up in a second so you can see that. But let's go and have a look down in the forward accommodation. So we've got 1, 2, 3 steps and down. Over to port. Got a really nice buttercream settee here with blue piping. That was redone not too long ago. Really nice level of build. Really nice level of finish. Don't know if you can see that, but this is bookmarked all the way through as a proper boat builder was. So this was put together by Bridgend, who were building down in, pretty sure it was out of one of the hangars at Mountbatten in Plymouth at the time, and had a reputation for building a really good strong boat. So generator start, if that is right, that says that's run 7 hours, so that's a Paguro running at 7 hours. This is water pumping and cabin heating. Up here we've got the main switchboard system here for your onboard supply. Charger control here, we're just running at charger at the moment. We can switch over between shore, off and generator there. Handheld over here, got a tank tender, analog pump pressurized system for tank reading. She's also got over here just a bit more in terms of hi-fi, what do you call that thing, heater, etc. All these really nice lights throughout, fire extinguisher and sat phone for Inmarsat, which previous owners used. So there's storage all the way through here. There are big vents on the windows, so they just rock and roll backwards and forwards. We've got a nice light overhead. Storage up underneath here. From memory, there's storage underneath, yes, underneath here. There's more storage in the table. I mean, they do it really nicely. beautifully done. Timber's all good. Laminated floorboards on these boats, so they'll take loads and loads of wear in the galley, and then as you go through into the forward cabin, that is teak and holly. So a little bit of differentiation that, but these are superb, so really tough and hard wearing. Again, a really nice setup here. This is Wallace, so this is running off your diesel from your main tank. So you've got Wallace top with a 2-burner ceramic top on there, and also a Wallace safe flame oven down in there. Loads and loads of storage. We've got a Engel refrigerator in there. We've got the legendary, I think it's a coffee machine, and definitely the toaster is going with it, because they're actually built into little spigots which down here which stop them moving about. Fans in all the cabins. Upgraded lighting up here. These are the ventilators I was barking on about earlier, so you're getting plenty of air coming down here. We've got crockery storage on there, and then a Russell Hobbs microwave in there. So that's your sort of galley area. It's really nice, it's really light, it's right where you want it. You can turn around, you can throw food, hopefully not throw it, but up through that hatch up there to the waiting masses. And if you've got a load of roughy tufty sailors down in here after a good hard day on the race course, you can just ditch them a load of pork pies. Heads is a day heads here, so really nicely built, lock, etc. We've got head here. This is linked through a Tecmar system to macerator, so you can throw everything overboard should you wish, or into a holding tank. It's all really nicely built. We've got a tower radiator there, which is just plumbed in as well. And there's a pull-out shower. Don't know if you can see that the shower sump tray is just there with a pump in it. That's the pull-out shower. So that's your forward head. And it's we've got a door here, and then we're through into this forward cabin. So it's a twin cabin. It's a V, so just same height, storage underneath, big storage locker down in there, light over there, independent heating control. This does not have side opening windows, so these are stretching through. These are the forward lights of the aft strips, but we have got an opening overhead hatch here. We've also got a ventilating fan here. More storage in here. We've got a little pull-out stool. There's power in here. As I said, it's got a really nice teak and holly flooring, really beautifully trimmed out. Another fire extinguisher, mirror, etc, etc. So that's the forward end. So we'll race back here up these steps. There we go. Got access hatching on top of tanks, then main engines here, and then into the aft cabin, and there is storage underneath all of these as well. So these tops come off, and I think there's a fridge in one of these as well. I can't remember which one it is, but there is. Again, aft cabin, more stuff going in through there in terms of ventilation. Teddy is really nearly asleep, which is a good sign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps and we're down. 2, 3, 4, 5 and we're down. So this is the aft cabin. So it's completely separate. It's got its own companionway into the cockpit. Loads of locker space. Big hanging locker here. Another hanging locker, I think, behind me. Oh, shoots, he scores. There we go. So we've got another locker there. Again, plenty of ventilation coming in through here. Well, that would help if we turn the lights on. Sorry about that. There we go. Again, slit windows here, by sea glaze, lockable, keep lots of air coming through the boat. Little desk down here, heater control, main engine isolator, lower service isolator, generator, and link is all there. The generator is underneath this berth, so that is there. Again, we've got loads more locker space here. It's really comfortable, and we've got it set up so it's a transverse berth. So you've got light coming in through here. You've got curtains all the way around. There's no overhead hatch, so you can keep this really, really nice and dark so you don't get woken up too early. Fan there, and then you've got your own head. So the head is just sitting in the forward port quarter of this aft cabin. Removable stairs there, so you can get rid of those if you need to get into the bilge down there. It's all really nicely done. So again, we've got a pull-out shower, got a radiator, we've got a KaMeWa vacuum flush loo going to holding tank, indicator gauge is there. More storage underneath there. All hot and cold. Again, another ventilator up in there to keep it nice and fresh. Little towel rail up there, if you can see that. And that's it. Right, I'm now going to run up here and go and flick the engine hatch up. So I'll catch up with you in 1 second. So yeah, here we are. We're looking aft in Ohana, the Swordsman 40. We've got a pair of Cummins 480 CEs. So these are mechanically governed. You can see the injectors just in there. They're an 8.3 litre capacity lump. Fuel strainers at the back end. They're turbocharged. They're also intercooled. Brilliant engine, 480 horsepower, punchy, light. Really good access to everything in here. So the sides come up, you've obviously got access port and starboard through here, you've got belt guards down here, injectors, you've got your main reservoir tank in here, and then your rocker cover running back there. Turbos at the aft end. These have run about 1,000 hours. They've been regularly serviced and they are fantastic on this boat. Performance wise, we're cruising, gentle cruise is kind of 26 knots. If you want to get her up and running, then she will deliver up to about 40 knots with a clean bottom without too many people on board. So I'm just going to drop this down. Loads and loads of ventilation on board and insulation there. So these get fed pretty well. We did a bit of work to her on improving the drainage out of the channels, just to keep the engines in slightly nicer environment to how they've been originally built. And just underneath the table there, you can see there are support rods for the main table, just so that you don't over strain the timber on that. It is a beautifully built boat. She was built in 2004. She is now in her 3rd ownership from new. I've known her 2nd and 3rd owners pretty well. We know that she's been really well looked at and has been a phenomenally successful family and long distance cruising machine. So this is Ohana. She is a 2004 Swordsman 40. She was built by the mighty Bridgend boat company to designs by Alan V. Burnard. Many thanks for watching. Do please give us a call if you want to know anything more on her.